Somebody say purpose. Purpose. All of us has purpose. The graveyard is filled with people who died with unfilled purpose. Never got to fill their purpose. Some people came and they took the first bus that was coming, jumped on it, and nobody never saw them again. Never came back. Didn't read the label to say bus was going east and you should be going west. You ought to know where you're going. You ought to know your purpose. You ought to know why you're on this planet. You ought to know what God put you here for. You can't be 36 and don't know yet why you're on this planet. Am I here to be a bouncer? Just bouncing from here to there and everywhere. You ought to know your purpose. You ought to know why you are here on this earth. You ought to be so clear with that. I mean, that's why when you go to school at the age of 7, they start to ask you what you want to be. They're trying to give you purpose. You got to make up your mind and understand your purpose. And your purpose does not come out of only your will, but it comes out of what God has designed you to be on this earth. And because he made you, Yazi, and designed you and fashioned you, he created you with purpose. And he placed a purpose in you that you has to fulfill destiny. You got to bring it home. You don't want to just be out there running and never reach home plate. Don't you want to bring it home? I mean, you want to get gold once. Some people never been to the Olympics. And they're world-class athletes. I mean, world-class athletes, but never made the Olympics. They even ain't gone to the Olympics. They failed the Olympics. This man in the Olympics and got 22 medals. At least get home once. I mean, get home once. Fulfill. When he came on this planet, there was destiny in him. Somebody had to see it. The little girl who looked like she about 10 or 11, Gabi out there fulfilling destiny. She has a purpose, and somebody saw it in her. She said when she sat down and she saw those, she said, I could do that. She said, I could go to the Olympics. I could make gold. A little girl. And then our people ain't got the money. So they send and deliver some other people who have another color. She ain't had enough money even to go home and visit at Christmas. But she is now on the cornflake box because she fulfilled. You got to know your purpose and say, God, help me to fulfill this. Many of you are called just like Moses. Just like Moses, you are called. You have a calling that is greater than what you are. And you don't recognize it. Every now and then you feel this kick in you. You feel this attitude. You feel this personality. Somebody shows up on Tuesday that is unusual. But you go back on Wednesday to being who you are. You hold yourself back and said, no, that's not me. But the true you every now and then breaks away and shows up, and you speak and somebody says, who's that? You get up and you sing sometime, and then the church stops. Because that's the true you trying to break out. That's the gold medal you. You do a welcome and everybody says, you preach a 10-minute sermon and the church is on their feet. Every now and then the true you shows up. But many of us, we dash back in the closet and say, let me go back to being who I am. Let me go back to my familiar place. Let me go back to being what I used to be in, what I'm comfortable being. As great as you are in this country, in this community, you're greater than that. You're bigger than this. In your 60 plus years, you should have done more. And guess what? You still can do more. Something in me tell me that I can do all things through Christ. Aaron does not like everything and more. I can't get him to work in there. But I understood why he don't like it when we travel. And I appreciate it now. He goes in and he walks around in Walmart with me. He said, Daddy, you think you could get a Walmart? I said, yeah, if I want to. He said, I like that. And then something kicked over in me. And I came back home. I said, I understand the boy. But I said something to him. It takes on everything and more to create a Walmart. You got to first appreciate your everything and more. You got to first trade on that. You got to expand and extend that. And then God, when you're faithful in that, God will give you a Walmart. He said to me, I would like that. So as far as he's concerned, this is too small for me. Somebody got to think bigger than you're thinking. Somebody got to know that there is somebody that is greater than you, living in you. They just drop. They want to come out. And they show up every now and then. And then you quiet them down. That same person that you dream of being, that's the one you are. Not the one that is sitting with you. Not the one that is sleeping in the bed. Not that one. You are the boss. You are the CEO. That's who you are. You holding somebody else's position until they're coming. You need to start thinking like that. You need to start thinking like that. I'm only holding somebody else's position. I'm only warming somebody else's seat. But my seat is upstairs. My seat is on the 7th floor. My seat is on the 11th floor. That's what you got to do. You got to think bigger than you're thinking. I told him in 8 o'clock this morning when we went to Chicago, I started to look up because, you know, in Chicago it's only high-rise building. And in Nassau, our high-rise is 2-story. You all know that, right? As I was there, we were on the 24th floor at Hilton, where we were. I don't know. We were where they sent us. Yes, wherever she sent us, we were. Right in the heart of downtown, where everything costs $1 million, right next to Macy's. I was so sad when we found Macy's. We'll talk about that later. But right next to me, but when we were in a building that had 29 floors with the pool on the top and a case room, and that was nice for me as a Bahamian. But right across the road was the John Hancock building, and the John Hancock building is a historical site in Chicago, and the John Hancock building is across the street. So I was on the 24th floor, looking out the window, looking up to see if I can see the top of the John Hancock building. Let me tell you something. You got to always know that something higher than where you at. And you got to aspire to get up there. You can't just settle. Because what I was on, if I was in Nassau, I would have been high. But in Chicago, 26, 29 floors. Are you understanding me? In Chicago, 29 floors is nothing. But nonetheless, it's always something. So you got to keep looking up. You got to keep knowing that there's something higher than what I got. You have purpose, man. And don't close your eyes and go in the grave and carry your purpose back to the dust, but fulfill it. Say, God, whatever you place me on this planet to do, let me do it while my hand have the strength. The old people tell me, say, whatever your hand find to do it with all of your... Oh, listen to me. There's something in you that wants to come out. You hear me, my nephews? There's something in you wants to come out. That great thing that you dream of, that you think about, that wants to come out of you. Many men in the Bible had purpose. Where you going, it's not going to take money to take you there. You know what it's going to take? A passion. That's what it's going to take. For you to get the gifts out of you, you're just sitting on a mine, and it annoys me when I see people like you sitting on a mine, because you got like a diamond mine and you just holding the top, and every time the pressure push up a little bit, you just holding the top. When are you going to write? When are you going to publish? When are you going to say, God, this year is going to be the year that I'm going to produce my first single? This I'm going to do. You're not fulfilling your purpose. You're not fulfilling destiny. And you're sitting down and thinking, because I go to church all the time, and I'm on the praise, and I help with the usher, and that's Jesus. Man. You got to make up your mind that God put a gift in me. He said, Moses, go tell Pharaoh, let my people go. I save you in the bulrushes for this purpose. You think I save you from being slaughtered at the age of 2 for you to be walking around here telling me about you got problem with you got problem with your speech? I made your tongue. I don't want to hear your excuse. You don't got the money? You don't need no money. It's not going to take money to get you where you got to go. It's a passion. You need to have the passion. They could send you wherever they want to send you. You could go to the worst school in Nassau, where all the dumb children come out, and you could come out on top. I see Gabi, and my wife thought she was 10 or 11. Y'all, let me call her Gabi. Yeah, I know I mean Gabi, but I say Gabi. Hey, chica, I look at her. And when she gone and they say Jesus, I mean all them Russian girls, they look like they in their mother belly. You know, Gabi look like she come from Adelaide or Fox Hill. And they bring her on the bus with all the rest of the people. And she come from behind the line and say, my time. Y'all move on the side. And she walk out there, she spread a smile. Say, this one in the bag, John. I got this. Just give me a moment. Moses said, God, I cannot go back to Pharaoh. I can't go back to him. Now, I can't explain all why I can't go back. I can't tell you everything. Telling God, I can't tell you why, but I can't go back to Pharaoh. God said, Moses, put your hand in your bosom and take it out. He said, throw your rod down on the ground, and you know the story. Moses put his hand in his bosom, Andrea. And when Moses put his hand in his bosom, and he pulled his hand out, it was white with leprosy, a sickness. His hand was sick with leprosy. The thing about it, he had a disease that was incurable. See, God could have said, Moses, put your hand in your bosom, and he could have pulled it out with any other kind of sickness. But what God did is he put him on an incurable disease on his hand. Now, you got leprosy on your hands. In a little while, it's going to spread over your body, and you'll finish. So God gave him an incurable disease. And then said, now, Moses, take that hand, put it back in the same bosom, pull it out again. Moses go push it in, he pulls it out. The incurable disease is gone instantaneously. He said, now go and tell Pharaoh, let my people go. I chose you for this purpose. This is why I save you in the bulrushes. And if children know Moses was saved in the bulrushes, you know that when he was baby, the king of Egypt decided to slaughter all of the babies because he heard that a deliverer was born among them. And he decided to slaughter all of the babies, infant, 2 years and under. And God saved Moses in the bulrushes. Some of you were saved from car accidents. Some of you were saved from death. You were saved from prison. You were saved from AIDS. You slept with some people. Some of you, I can myself tell you, some of you slept with some people who already died, but you didn't even know they dead, and God then gonna save you. Some of you mess around with some situation that you should have been ambulance. You should have been in jail. You should have been out of your mind, but God protected you because He got a stage for you to mount. You got to get like the little girl Gabi. You have to get ready to say, I'm only waiting on my turn. When they sound the alarm, I'm going to step up to the plate and I'm going to do what I got after Moses was finished with his encounter with God, he said, I'm going to send your brother with you. He's going to speak for you, and you have a problem with me. He got up and he went to Pharaoh and declared the word of God. God said, let his people go. At the end, Moses said, listen, Pharaoh, know this. I ain't coming back to you no more. You ain't going to see my face no more. Pharaoh thought he was saying something. But the next time, he said, you don't know why you're going to see me no more. When you step into purpose, boldness take over you. Most of you are afraid because you don't know what's going to happen. But when you decide to do it, when you make up your mind to do it, when you make up your mind, then see it. The word of God said boldness enters into holiness. When you make up your mind to be bold and courageous, that I'm going to do what I got to do, and nothing is going to stop me, then there's a you that says to the old John, move on the side. Let purpose get here. Let destinies take a stand. The real you shows up. Is that all right? Anybody ever heard this saying? Let the real man stand up. Then the real you stands up. The real Moses stood up to Pharaoh. Forget about slow speech. Tell Pharaoh, look here, brother. Let God's people go. Jesus, in the scripture text for the day, Jesus went to have his final supper with his disciples. And we know it as the Passover meal, the Last Supper, the supper of the upper room. He told them how they must go and prepare the Passover meal, both when, how, and where, because he's fulfilling destiny. His ministry is coming to an end. There were 12 men chosen to walk with him, and every one of them had purpose in them. Some had more passion than others, and you see the story as it is written. Others just were there. But when it came down to his final hour, he said to the disciples, the Son of Man must be betrayed into the hands of sinful man and be crucified. And they wanted to know what else. He said, one of you here that sit with me, that dip into dish, shall betray me. He said, sad, it was better for that man if he were never born. Judas said, the Lord, is it I? Lord, is it I? Jesus said, do what you has to do and make haste in doing it. The word to you today is do what you have to do and do it quickly. Tasha, time is running out. Yes, you've been on this journey for a long time. It's time for ministry, Yasmin Johnson Francis. It is time to stop toting the bag. Judas carried the bag, but that was not his purpose. He toted the money bag, and I don't know how he decided to spend. I don't know what he kept for himself, but I know that he was the businessman. So much the Bible said Satan had entered into the heart of Judas Iscariot to betray the Lord. And he went and bargained with the rulers. He was out there doing what he known how to do. Wheeling and dealing. Do what you have to do quickly. Time is running out. Some of you are holding on to gifts that God has given to you, and he should have given it to somebody else for how bad you are treating it. And so some of you are still in the state of Judas and Lord, is it I? Lord, is it I? Am I the one? Did you call me? Did I really hear you call? Did you really say my name? Did you really call? Did you say my name? Did you say Andrew Walk? Did you say person? Did you say Anish? Did you say, did I hear your name? Is it I? God called me when I was 5 or 7. I don't know what age it was, but I heard his voice. I can remember the place. I was walking from Bozeman Town to Big Pond to go to see my aunt, and God and I had a talk. And God told me in my spirit at that age that he has great work for me to do. I don't know where it is. I don't know when it is, but I know that I am waiting for my stage. I know, are you hearing me? I know that I'm waiting for my stage. And that's why every opportunity I get to serve, I serve. Every opportunity, somebody said it's hard. How you going to go to Nagua and go to church there? How you going to do this? I don't know. But I know I am waiting on my stage. I don't have to ask the question, is it I? I know that it is me. I know that I am chosen from before the foundation of the world. Judas Iscariot was chosen to be the son of perdition. He could not miss it. Jesus said, what you do quickly, because your time is running out. I am getting ready to go to my Father. Somebody's sitting on a treasure box, sitting on gold, and some of you think you're doing so well. All of the gift in you. And when you get out of church, people don't know if you're saved or not. People don't know if you're a Christian. People don't know you go to church. You're not holding up any light. Judas was with Jesus. He was right there on this God. Everywhere Jesus went, Judas was right there, but missed it because he was chosen for the son of perdition. He had a purpose to fulfill, and he did it with diligence. He told him, he said, the one that I kiss, he is the same, take him. Not understanding his destiny. Be careful that you don't end up being the son or the child of perdition. You're too close to Jesus and you miss it. What I'm saying to you is that you got to be saved. And you have to have a conscience. You have to know that if you're in a situation that is not right, make it right. I ask young people in the same church, I say, you comfortable in your condition? You're comfortable in this condition? I'm sitting around. I said, oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. If I was like quarter way there, I'd be like so scared if you come tonight. Like I go into hell. You know, because like many days of my life, I know, see, Jesus, you better come tomorrow. You come today, you cause me to go to hell. Let me fix this first today. Give me at least a couple of hours to get justified, sanctified, all the regenerated, and all that. Give me some time, Lord. Don't come today. And I ain't been fast first base. Some of them done do home run. And still feel like, well, I don't see nothing wrong with that. So I realized, I said, you know what? There's a teaching in me that's different from you. Yeah, I understand that holiness is God's standard. And holiness without which no man shall see the Lord. And God's standard of holiness does not have steps. You don't be on step 1 of holiness. And step 11. So you don't be up holy, a little more holy. Holiness is God's standard. You don't be more holy or less holy, little holy or most holy, or the most is holy. No, holiness is God's standard. She ain't no Patrice Brown. She's brown. She's brown. Are you understand? She left that name alone. And she can't go back to that. You understand? Some people are getting back to the name. You crazy. She left that name. That's buried in marriage. She's brown. So she ain't no Pat Brown. You can imagine her saying she's Pat Brown. You think I can stay with her? I want to know which part of her is brown. Well, God want to know if he make you holy, how much of you is holy? Which part of you is holy? Oh, my mind is holy, but not my lips. Not my chest or my hips. Not my tongue. That's I'm getting that on the subject. And my eyes are still wandering. I'm still having issues. So, which part of you is brown? Are you still trying to be my wife? Are you still working on it? Are you still trying to fix it, Sonia? Well, are you still trying to fix it after umpteen years? You still trying to be her husband? That happened at Pop Them altar or wherever it happened. And when you walk out, that was finished. That was sealed. That's what holiness is. Holiness is a standard. It's a covering by God, a place that he puts you in, a state that he creates for you to cause you to get to heaven. In the earthly realm, he creates us. Thank you. You are in a dark world. A world that is chaotic. A world that is filled with evil, sin, wickedness, decay, immoral acts. Everywhere. Infidelity, liars, and mongers, and thieves, and robbers. In the midst of chaos, and darkness, and rust, and mud, and mold, and decay, and corruption. He creates a space for you and call it holiness. And said, I said you are holy.